Well, listen, I think we are all living in a world where culture is more important than it ever has been before. The speed of culture has changed, and it's something that marketers are expected to lean into in ways that they weren't expected to in the past. So we talk a lot about thinking about marketers and brands 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago and what their job would have entailed. It would have entailed understanding an audience, creating a campaign, and delivering that campaign probably via TV spots. Maybe there was some out of home, perhaps there was some press. Nowadays, it's completely different. It's much more complex than it ever was before. You need to be ready and prepared to lean into trends as they're happening, often on social media. And you need to understand when, as a marketer, you should be capitalizing on that moment, understanding the difference between noise and a signal that you should be leaning into, and understanding that marketing is all the things these days, not just one simple campaign that you can press start on and then measure easily at the end. And that is the difference.
So what are brands asking and holding companies, what are they asking of you to solve, to provide?
Well, this is very much in relation to the work that we do in collaboration with Paramount Brand Studio. So if a brand is coming to us and they want to create a campaign and they want to integrate themselves into our channels or our brands or our tentpoles, they want to make sure that what they're creating is either going to be relevant in terms of trends with their target audience, or it's going to create something that can kind of inspire virality and not just be a simple marketing campaign. They want to know what's happening in the world of a particular generation, what are they interested in, what type of content, what type of format, how do they expect it to behave in the world, and they want us to help them create campaigns around that. And so we work very closely with our partners, first of all helping them understand these different generations and audiences, but then also working with Paramount Brand Studio to make sure that the creative we make is appealing to that particular audience.
So how does the use case change in terms of the creative that you provide around live, like the VMAs, or around sports, or there must be so many, how do you make it relevant to all these different kinds of programming?
Yeah, well, look, you have to think about what that particular brand that you're working with, what is important to them, and what's their brand value, and what they're trying to achieve, what audience they're trying to reach. But the creative will be different according to all of that, but it has to be able to fit into what's happening in the cultural conversation. So if it is the Super Bowl, what is the conversation around the Super Bowl and the lead up? What are people thinking? What are people saying? What's relevant to that particular moment in terms of the talent that you choose, how you show up on social, how you're showing up in your TV campaign, whatever it may be. How are you bringing that to life in a way that the audience is expecting it? Because if they're expecting it, they're more open to receiving it, let's say, because it's how they interact with content already.
And what about brands, the range of brands and the kind of media investment they make? Is it the big tentpole events? Is it the big linear buys? Is it smaller? What's sort of the range of investment?
I mean, we work with all different brands, so it could be that we're going to take one of our generational studies. We spend a lot of time understanding different audiences, and we create thought leadership presentations and white papers around those various topics. We'll take them out to brands to make sure that they're understanding it for their own marketing departments. It could range from that, or it could be we're going to help them co-create a fully fledged integrated marketing campaign with us. I think what's interesting is, in particular, live events, and we've spoken about Super Bowl and we're talking about things like the VMAs, helping brands understand that as an opportunity and understanding that we know that audiences are trying to gravitate and centralize themselves around those big monocultural moments. They want to be part of that conversation. We will help them unlock that. We will help them understand how to lean in and how to bring that to the target audience that they want to reach.
And how do you talk about performance and ROI and expectations and making this effort? How do you close the loop on attribution?
Yeah, so a whole part of my team is dedicated to what we call performance and impact. So making sure that we're measuring the campaigns that advertisers run with us, and we're delivering them studies in terms of attribution, in terms of brand lift, whatever the objective or the KPI of the campaign. How are we delivering the advertiser the proof that it did indeed succeed what they were setting out to do? I think what's exciting about what Paramount is offering nowadays is, in terms of connected TV, thinking about the fact that we're bringing that full funnel to the living room. It doesn't matter where you're activating or where you're advertising, we can actually prove attribution, we can prove delivery in a way that we weren't able to before, let's say.